So today, Vizio has announced their 2023 collection, and this is going to be their lineup for 2022. I know it's kind of confusing. It seems like Vizio thinks they're a sports title on a video game console because they always put it a year ahead. I don't know why they do this, but that's what they do. So starting in the next couple of weeks, you will see the M-Series, the V-Series, and the D-Series. The M-Series is either the MQ6 or the Quantum X, which is usually reserved for the P-Series. However, there's no sign of P-Series or OLED. So their first OLED was maybe their last OLED. They also talked about the new M-Series Elevate Soundbar, which is part of their 2023 collection as well. But first, let's talk about all of the TVs being released in 2022 that was in this announcement. So the first one I really want to talk about is the first 240Hz 1080p TV that Vizio has done. And this is really cool because it also can do 4K at 120Hz via HDMI 2.1. Now, there wasn't a ton of HDMI 2.1 capable displays at 50 inches in this price range. Having the ability to do 240Hz at 1080p via your PC is actually really great for PC gamers that just want a larger display, because displays that run 240Hz at that size, they're not very easy to find. So having something like that available to consumers is actually really cool. So I think this is a really good move by Vizio, really unique, and I would love to see more of this stuff happen in other manufacturers' TVs. So the MQX series is 50 inches, 55 inches, 65 inches, and 75 inches, though it does seem like the 50-inch one is the only one that's capable of doing 1080p at 240Hz. The rest of them can still do 4K at 120Hz via HDMI 2.1. From the looks of it, it does appear that 240Hz at 1080p is only on the 50-inch. So the M-Series Quantum X series pricing is starting at $630 for the 50-inch model, $850 for the 65-inch model, and $1,200 for the 75-inch model. Within the M-Series, there is also the new MQ6 series, which at 43 inches is $350, 55-inch is $480, and the 65-inch is $630. The 70-inch will run you $750, while the 75 will be $950. So what is the difference between the MQ6 series and the MQX series? Well, I'm going to tell you about that right now. So the MQ6 series is actually a 60Hz panel, so the HDMI 2.1 capability that it says that it has is incomplete in that it doesn't do 120Hz. But the MQX series does do 4K 120Hz because it is 120Hz panel. Also, the MQX is going to feature local dimming while the MQ6 does not. The MQX will feature more local dimming zones and be able to hit a higher peak brightness, claiming to be at about 1000 nits. Now, the similarities with these two TVs are that they are both going to feature VRR for gamers. An important note about the AMD FreeSync Premium support: for VRR, you will only have that on the MQX, while the MQ6 will only have FreeSync. MQX will feature 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, while the MQ6 will only have 3. Again, it's important to note that only the MQX will be 120Hz capable for gaming. I think that both of these TVs will be a pretty good entry-level gaming display, but you do have to remember that HDMI 2.1 no longer just equals 120Hz gaming. The MQ6 is advertising 10 milliseconds at 60Hz for the input lag, and the MQX is advertising 8 milliseconds at 120Hz. This is useful if you're gaming on console or on PC. Alright, stepping down in the lineup, we have their entry-level 4K full-array backlight TV, the V-Series. Now, this is capable of doing VRR as well with AMD FreeSync support. So this is pretty cool, a really good entry-level gaming TV. And you have to remember that even though it says that it is 2.1 HDMI, it's not going to do 120Hz because it is a 60Hz panel. The prices for the V-Series are right here on the screen. Let's move on to the D-Series really quickly. Let's touch on that and then I'll talk about the soundbar. So the D-Series from Vizio is available in 24 inches, 32 inches, 40 inches, and 43 inches. This is the 1080p TV from Vizio, and it does feature a full array backlight for the TV. Vizio is one of the only TV manufacturers I can think of that is making a new series of 1080p TVs every year. And so for those of you that want that, here is your D-Series. Funny enough, this actually has VRR and AMD FreeSync support. Yeah. That's the 1080p Vizio D-series. Here's the price for the D-series on the screen right now. All right, let's move on to the Elevate soundbar from Vizio. So the M-series Elevate features the adaptive height speakers, and this is pretty interesting. I always thought the Elevate was really cool in the way it was designed. It also features color changing illumination for those of you that like to trick out your room, make it look all cool and stuff like that. There's a feature for that on this soundbar, which I haven't really seen on many other soundbars, so I think that's kind of a cool thing if that's something you're into. So the M-series Elevate soundbar is a 5.1.2 channel soundbar, features Dolby Atmos and DTS:X, and it is, like I said, the revolutionary adaptive height speakers is what they're calling the technology. And it has 13 high-performance speakers, 2 low-profile surround speakers, a wireless subwoofer, and it will do HDMI EARC with Bluetooth 5.0 capability. Again, that's the M-series Elevate. Alright, so that's the lineup. Tell me if you're interested in the 2023 collection below, whether that's a TV or soundbar. And what do you think of Vizio saying 2023 collection when it's going to release in 2022? Isn't this just confusing? Tell me below. Alright, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful at all, please hit the like button, consider subscribing for more TV content just like this, as well as reviews and side-by-sides. If you want to see more on 2022 TVs, check out the videos right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.